Hello and welcome to the big picture. The countdown has begun over the question of whether the Congress will finally declare its prime ministerial nominee for the forthcoming Lok Sabha elections. With the AICC session scheduled for Friday, the suspense over whether Rahul Gandhi will be declared its prime ministerial nominee or not has reached its peak. The Congress is faced with the dilemma by all accounts about what its decision should be. Now that Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh has ruled himself out of the race after the 2014 elections, the party needs to decide how it would like to approach the Lok Sabha elections. With BJP having declared its nominee, pressure is huge on the party to follow suit. We will discuss today what the Congress is expected to do, and the more fundamental question, is Rahul Gandhi ready to take on the mantle of the Prime Ministerial nominee of his party? To discuss this, I have with me four experienced journalists, all of whom have been following the Congress party for decades. Vinod Sharma, political editor, Hindustan Times; Smita Gupta, deputy editor of The Hindu; Sanjay Kapoor, editor of The Hard News; and in the studio with me is Sheela Bhatt, senior editorial director news at rediff.com and India Abroad. Welcome to all of you. Vinod, I would like to come to you first. Are there any differences in the party about anointing a prime ministerial nominee at all?
Well, differences in the sense, perceptual differences are always there in every political party. And there are some people who feel, indeed, that why should the Congress party be following the agenda sought to be set by the BJP? BJP was the first of the bloc to name Mr. Modi, and we know that what all happened in the BJP before and after his nomination as the prime ministerial candidate. They have, ever since the rise of Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee as a pan-Indian figure, wanting to convert elections into presidential contests. And the Congress party, there is a section within the Congress party that believes that that it is anachronistic to be having a presidential style of contest in a parliamentary democracy. Now, this is a fundamental issue. But at the same time, as Ross Perot once said, that there are rules in war, there are rules in mud wrestling, but there are no rules in politics. So there is no cut and dried approach to politics. And indeed, if it suits the party, they will go ahead and name Rahul Gandhi, or they may do something else which would make it more than clear as it is today that he is their man. Also, once Mr. L.K. Advani had said, and there are very few things that I remember which have stayed with me, which is that, in a country like ours, it is good to project a face because to many people, the face represents the ideology, the philosophy, the thinking, the policies of a party. And that is where it is perhaps important also at times to project a face. But Rahul Gandhi is going to, enter the fray in the most difficult period for the Congress party over the past decade and more. He'll be facing a tougher election than his father faced, or even his mother faced in 2004.
Right.
In 2004, the Congress state was clean. It wasn't carrying any baggage of allegations and corruptions, allegations of graft and other misdemeanors. So it's a difficult period for the Congress party.
Okay. Smita, one very interesting and important thing here about what Vinod said is, if it suits the party will declare the PM nominee. Do you think that the party is at this stage with 2 days to not less than 36 hours to go for the AICC session to begin? Is the party clear about whether it will suit it to declare a prime ministerial nominee?
I think the party is still not clear because senior leaders are still saying we haven't taken a decision on it yet. Some frontal organizations that had planned to call for Rahul Gandhi being named on Friday have been told that not to do so. So I think the subject is still open. I think the problem fundamentally is, as Vinod pointed out, this is going to be an extremely tough election. So there are many people like Digvijay Singh, who's a party general secretary and who's gone public with it, who said that there is no need to, announce who our prime ministerial candidate is. So there is a feeling that if you announce his name and the Congress fails to return to power, then he will be damaged by this. But as far as the rank and file, the people on workers on the ground, they do want to have some name, and they want Rahul Gandhi's name, because they feel that, okay, when they go to campaign, since the BJP has already declared that Narendra Modi is its prime ministerial candidate, what does a Congress worker seeking votes, what does he say?
Right.
So I think this matter is still to be resolved over the next 2 days.
Okay. Sanjay? Sanjay, you think that the party is to some extent being forced to make this decision to appoint and to anoint a prime ministerial nominee, and this pressure has already come from the BJP, which has already appointed its nominee. So you think that the party may succumb to this pressure?
No, I don't think, although Vinod has said it very clearly that they're trying to turn it into a presidential contest, but I don't think Congress per se is going to, use so many words that he would be our prime ministerial candidate. What it seems like is there is a possibility that he may be made the Congress president in place of his mother, because if you remember, during the press conference with the Prime Minister addressed, he said that Rahul Gandhi has abilities to become Congress president. And once he occupies that slot, I think whatever confusion there might be in anybody's mind, who will take over once Manmohan Singh goes away, would clear off. Because all this while Sonia Gandhi has been campaigning, or Rahul Gandhi has been campaigning to get somebody else elected. So there has been no direct connect, and time and again Congress leaders have been saying that we are trapped in a situation where we are waiting for somebody from the Gandhi family to come in and assume his most logical place. So I think in the on January 17, that confusion is going to end, and whatever dressing up takes place is a different matter altogether.
Okay. Sheela? Sheela, you think that it would suit the BJP perfectly if the Congress anoints its prime ministerial nominee, or if the Congress decides that it will not anoint a nominee, it will keep it open, they'll come out with some reasoning like what we have heard already Digvijay Singh talking about. If that kind of a reasoning is given, would it disappoint the BJP?
See, I don't think BJP is more important for Congress scheme of things right now. That is one of the factors only.
So one second. Are you trying to say that the Congress party is not pressured by what
they are? I'm saying just it is one of the factors. Just because it can be more advantage BJP, so they are not doing it. I don't think. By all indications, I feel 2-3 issues. One, that Congress is not in hurry. It doesn't look like that Congress is in a hurry. One,
is in a hurry to
appoint Rahul Gandhi as prime minister candidate. Like all of us, even they are knowing the reality. They are also there. They know the ground realities rather much more than we know, much better than us. So will anybody, by appointing Rahul Gandhi, are they going to get more seats, likely to get more seats? The answer everybody knows. So that is one of the reasons.
Everybody knows means think that
in politics they go by as assessment, assumptions and their experience. And more importantly, which many of us are not talking about. See, this is the most important thing of today's politics, is that we are living in a coalition era. Exactly. So do you think Congress Rahul Gandhi definitely is the most important future leaders of Congress, but it is not so of the UPA or coalition era. So, when you asked about BJP, we all of us have written and are writing that the biggest negative point of Narendra Modi, prime ministerial candidate of BJP, is that he may not get enough allies.
Right.
So do you think by declaring Rahul Gandhi as a prime minister, he will get more allies than others? Like what will happen to Jagan Reddy, what will happen to Mamta, because all of them can join secular front. So I think it is a question of allies also. Secondly, Rahul Gandhi is quite young by Indian standard and he has a long way to go. So I think that to just gain few things in short term, Rahul Gandhi will not lose focus on a long term. And also another very important thing, that in Congress family and Congress, you know, there are always convergence of interest every historical point at the turning points. So I think if they lose this election badly, in that case it is very important to ensure that Rahul Gandhi remains unchallenged after the election. So I think there are these issues which will, it looks like that's why Congress is going slow.
Vinod, would you agree with what Sheela says? You know, she makes two important points. One point is that Congress need not necessarily follow what the BJP is doing. Second, the question of the allies, the question of the UPA, has there been enough discussion with the UPA partner, the future possible partners, before they could take a decision on this issue?
Well, I see the short point that she made about Rahul, that whether an opinion poll has been taken within the existing UPA. Yes, of course, it has been within the existing UPA. There is no problem insofar as projection is concerned. Same applies to Mr. Modi.
Right.
But post-poll alliance, assuming that the Congress gets about 100 and odd seats, and in that situation, the Congress is expected to prop up another regime with another face.
Right.
At that point, there could be a problem for Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Losing an election is not a problem, Girish.
Right.
Indira Gandhi lost an election. Sonia Gandhi, after she came in 1998, the Vajpayee government got constituted after that.
Rajiv Gandhi lost an election.
Rajiv Gandhi lost election. So losing election in politics is not a big deal. I mean, in the sense that in politics you lose and you win, and a number of people we met after Rajiv Gandhi's assassination, who were regretting the fact that he is no more, because they felt that after a stint in the opposition, he would have made a much better prime minister. No, that's a debatable point, but some people were making that point. So I think that a stint in the opposition is not a bad idea for a young politician. So a defeat is not a major daunting factor. At the same time, I think that in pure tactical terms, and I'm doing some quick thinking here, I'm thinking on my feet, that here is a political party which has already sealed the thing and said that this is our prime minister, and there is another major party which may perhaps get relatively lesser number of seats than this party which has named the prime ministerial candidate, which is the BJP. In that situation, the Congress would be more acceptable to others who want to partake of power at the center. So in pure tactical terms,
it would be better
not making Mr. Rahul Gandhi, formally anointing him as prime ministerial candidate, but giving him an elevation within the Congress, perhaps as working president, from vice president to working president. Working president is actually de facto president, and de jure position remains with the mother. I think that formulation would do the party a lot of good. At the same time, clarify that he is the man if the party gets a majority, but short of that, he will play a major role on which side to go post-elections, which formulation, who will have to be prime minister. He may become the kingmaker for all you know.
Absolutely. Smita, what actually Sanjay Kapoor raised this issue that he may even be elevated as the president, and Vinod is saying that he may be elevated to the working president's role. You think one of these two things could happen day after tomorrow?
Well, I heard them both. I think that what Vinod said is possible, but not what Sanjay said, for the simple reason that Sonia Gandhi still remains the strongest leader inside the party, and she's the one who has the greatest goodwill and respect in the party. So I don't think at such a difficult stage Mrs. Gandhi will be allowed to step aside from the presidency. But yes, if they don't declare him as Prime Minister, some declaration to indicate that he is would be the prime ministerial candidate, calling him working president or something like that, perhaps that is a possibility.
You also
because I think the two are very different.
You also think that would be, as Vinod feels that tactically that would be a better option than to declare him as the PM nominee. Sanjay, coming to you, see that.
No, it's not what I think. It's not what I think. I'm just saying that in the party there seems to be a lot of reservation about naming him the prime ministerial candidate at this point.
Okay. Sanjay?
That is also not the Congress style. And at the same time
they need to keep the rank and file happy.
Okay.
Send an indication to the rank and file.
Sanjay? Sanjay, right, you're right, that's not the Congress style, but maybe they are going to be pressure, they'll succumb to this pressure. But another important question, see, there's a lot of media speculation in the last 24 hours and more that Rahul Gandhi has said that he is ready to take up the prime ministerial nominee's responsibility. But if you read the interview which he has given to the newspaper yesterday, do you think that he actually made that point?
I don't think he actually said he was very ready for any responsibility that the party would like to give him.
Right.
And that any responsibility party could mean anything, First of all, you have to come to power. Only then you can be a prime ministerial candidate. You cannot be a prime ministerial candidate if you are not very sure of how many seats you are going to get. And after the recent assembly elections, I don't think anybody in the Congress party can even think of crossing 150 or 160 seats.
Yes.
It looks rather terrible the way they have lost in Delhi or in other 3-4 states. And tactically, I think it will be better, and this is how it is going to play out in the coming days, that he is either from the president or the working president, as Vinod has been saying, and which has been supported by Smita. But the important thing is that he would be elevated to a position which clears the confusion about who's going to be a successor in the party, and would also convey and what would also give Rahul the freedom to reorganize or rejig the organization in a manner which will clear all the cobwebs in the minds of people as to who's running the party. So we are going to see a major change which would be visible on January 17, and that would kind of address much of the issues or much of the questions that have been floating around about what Rahul is going to be, Sanjay, and whether he will. Yeah.
Sanjay, my question is that from what you are saying or what we know, all three of you are saying, and to some extent even Sheela, the thing is that from what you are all saying, it looks as if it's the Congress party day after tomorrow is not really going to address the what they need to do for 2014 Lok Sabha elections. Is it a long-term view which they are taking, because they have an election on hand in the next 3 months, and you think that by taking this kind of adopting this kind of an attitude, they will be able to go into the elections with confidence?
But you must remember, if Rahul Gandhi is elevated, he becomes president or working president, whatever, there was not going to be another Manmohan Singh who's going to replace him. If circumstances, work in favor of the Congress, you must take it for granted that it will be Rahul Gandhi will become the prime minister. He'll be the one who will be doing deal making with various allies or parties. There will be nobody else.
Okay.
So it is going to be, people are going to be shared, the workers are going to be also confident that this is the change of guard they were looking for.
Okay. Sheela, you think that there is absolutely no chance or hope or any avenue open for the Congress party to even think at this stage, day after tomorrow, to have somebody else than Rahul Gandhi as their candidate to declare?
No, it's a good question, but we are also looking for any answer. But there are some rumors also, as you know, 3-4 names are there. But at this moment, it looks unlikely at this moment, because it seems Rahul Gandhi definitely is getting more power every day within the Congress.
He's getting more. Whether he is willing to take more power has always been the question.
But see, if you review that, what is going wrong right now for Congress is one of the reason is there were two centers of power.
Right.
So why would Congress?
No, but Congress for last 10 years they managed to run two governments with two centers of power. So why should it not continue now?
No, because even Digvijay Singh has said, lot of other people have said privately, though almost all of them are saying that it is not working out well. It worked well so far, but it's, you know, now the disadvantages have started. So I don't think that is possible. I mean, if they do it, it will be, I think, I don't think it's advantage Congress. But and anyway, 17th will be a very interesting day. It will be a more empowerment of Rahul Gandhi as a Congress leader. And they will ensure that this outsider, the way he was behaving so far, will
making him an insider now.
Now insider now from 17.
Vinod, two things. One, the same question which I asked Sheela also. Do you think that there is no element of chance at all about somebody else than Rahul Gandhi being nominated as the prime ministerial nominee of the Congress party?
Well, frankly, to be honest with you, I am only making an intelligent guess, and this is my very personal subjective view. I don't think that it is going to in any which way alter the situation if he is made the prime ministerial candidate. As I already explained, that tactically it is better for the Congress to go into the elections without a prime ministerial candidate formally.
Right.
But conveying it with all the other decisions that they take, that he is the man. Now, insofar as this whole thing about further empowerment of Rahul Gandhi is concerned, Rahul Gandhi is already adequately empowered within the Congress party. It's all about formalizing certain things.
No, but here, so, Vinod, 1 second. If you read his interviews, if you read his short statement, he doesn't think that he is fully empowered. He keeps on talking about senior leaders taking decisions, you know, that the party taking decision, whatever party. He doesn't come across as somebody who feels that he is fully empowered within the party.
No, this is Girish, he's not Narendra Modi, no. Narendra Modi is writing letters directly to the Prime Minister. He wrote another letter today, which is a clear encroachment in the domain of the leaders of opposition in the two houses of Parliament. Actually, there are four centers of power in Congress, in BJP today. Mr. Modi, Mr. Rajnath Singh, and the two leaders of opposition in the two houses.
No, we're not discussing Modi in any case.
No, what I am saying is, that each one for his own temperament and his style of functioning. If one person is trying to be more inclusive, you see, to change a party of the Congress's history and life, which is over 100 years and more, you see, it has to be incremental and gradual. It cannot be a push-button change. And if you make a push-button change, you open up far too many fault lines, and there could be an earthquake. Why should they quote an earthquake at this juncture? They must go in one piece into the elections and get as many number of seats as possible in order to remain players post-2014.
Right. Smita, what do you think? You think that that is completely ruled out, a third person, a second person apart from other than Rahul Gandhi?
I think that's ruled out. If anybody is named, it will be Rahul Gandhi.
Or it will be kept open.
But the question still remains whether they will name him, whether it will be kept open. But I think it's absolutely unlikely that another person will be named. The only other person who could be named was Sonia Gandhi, and she ruled herself out in 2004.
Right. Vinod,
there is one little point.
Yes.
You're talking about naming somebody other than Rahul Gandhi at this juncture. That would be the biggest blunder. That will expose the party to the charge that in a difficult election they are looking for a scapegoat. Why should a party of their standing invite that kind of a charge? It is very, very graceful. It is renunciation. When you win an election and you nominate someone else, that is renunciation.
Right.
But this is escape. This is escapism. I don't think this is a good strategy at all.
Absolutely. Yes, Sanjay.
Yeah, I think as we've discussed, there's going to be nobody else but Rahul Gandhi. I think the entire party and the organization is being constructed in a manner which actually builds up the family, and for quite a while, for the last 5 years at least, you could hear Congress cadres talking about being totally alienated with whatever PM was doing, and they always felt that there would be greater coherence if you had somebody from the family, and all the quid pro quos that they could do with the social constituents and allies could.
Sanjay, sorry to interrupt. The question now is running out of time, so I want to get all of you on this question. Let us assume that tomorrow, day after tomorrow, Rahul Gandhi will be anointed as the Prime Minister now. What will be the impact of it in the larger context? I'm not talking about the morale within the party, the rank and file, how they'll feel, but what will be the impact of it on the party itself when it goes towards the Lok Sabha elections?
I think the party has no other option but to recharge itself, because they are on a very difficult wicket. They are steered by the rise of AAP, which is eating into the Congress vote. So this would be an option to reinvent themselves, repackage themselves under a very young leader, in contradistinction from a very aging and totally fossilized leader who's presently the Prime Minister. So I think this gives them another opportunity to put their best foot forward.
Okay, Sheela, you think that it will improve the chances of the Congress party by any way if Rahul Gandhi is declared as the PM nominee? From what we all are, a lot of people, most analysts perceive today what the Congress position is.
No, I don't think so, frankly speaking. Unless Rahul Gandhi shows some other colors in him or other type of character, where he doesn't look confused, he doesn't, because he looks that he doesn't have much of experience also. He's gaining it now. But so I don't think that will be a very big advantage.
There won't be a very big advantage.
At some stage, on some front, there will be some advantage. But and then as I told you repeatedly, that allies are also there, remember?
Absolutely.
In coalition politics.
No, we don't know how the allies will react. Vinod, you think that there will be any incremental advantage to the Congress party outside as I said earlier also, outside the party structure?
May I tell you one thing? It will all, if at all they name him, then if they have to contextualize it with some smart thinking and smart logic, and one logic that comes to my mind is that the test of a leader is to lead the team into a difficult battle.
Right.
One who's leading a team into a walkover cannot qualify as a leader.
Absolutely.
So, perhaps they'll have to contextualize it and project him as one young man who is willing to take the risk regardless of the outcome. And I think that can resonate with the people of the country.
Smita, you think that there will be any additional advantage? Yes.
Well, I think it will make the workers more aggressive and more ready to fight the battle.
Yes.
But beyond that, that itself is a big advantage. Today, the workers are so demoralized, they're not even there in the battlefield.
But you think that this will...
I think that would be an advantage, but I don't think beyond that.
You don't think beyond that? So you think that it would be... the BJP would welcome the anointment, so that they have what they have been planning, the trap which they have been laying, the Congress would be falling into it.
I'm not very sure of that, but anyway, this is how it had to evolve.
Well, I don't know about this trap business, because see, it is the way television channels run this. They've already decided that it was a Narendra Modi versus Rahul battle.
Yes.
So I don't think, I can't see any difference. Now you have Arvind Kejriwal, so now you're showing three faces.
Okay.
So I don't know whether it's going to...
Vinod, very quickly.
Well, I think that the BJP has been most uncharitable to Mr. Rahul Gandhi.
Quickly, Vinod.
The point is that if the BJP really thinks that he's so bad, they should rather keep their counsel and not keep on advising the Congress party that don't know that he's a weak leader, he's a confused leader.
Very quickly.
One last word I want to tell you.
Yes, Sanjay, very quickly.
What I'm trying to tell you is that the Gandhi family may be hammered for whatever has happened, but it retains a mass appeal. It's got a pan-India appeal, and there are large parts of the country which have good memories of the Nehru-Gandhi family.
Okay.
So, getting somebody from the family would be to their advantage.
Okay. Very quickly.
If we read between the lines what their leaders are saying privately and publicly, I feel Rahul Gandhi wants to run for a long term.
Long term. Okay. So there is still skepticism on the side of at least Sheela, but still thinks that in fact, all of them think that there is still There's still scope for some changes. We don't know whether they will declare Rahul Gandhi as the Prime Ministerial nominee. We'll wait and watch, but that will be another discussion day after tomorrow. Thanks to all my guests, Vinod Sharma, Smita Gupta, Sanjay Kapoor and Sheela Bhatt. Please keep watching. We'll come back with another issue on the big picture same time tomorrow.